Hey, what's up, everybody? Can y'all see me? Can you hear me? Are you there? Let me look and see if there's some comments. I was having some technical difficulties. That's why I got started a little late. But I'm here. Welcome to Nightcap with Erica. How y'all feeling? Um, I don't know about you all, but this damn quarantine, social distancing, stay your ass in the house stuff is like it's not driving me crazy, but I definitely need to have some fun, right? Because I'm watching all the stuff on the internet and all the articles about the coronavirus and all the crazy stuff, and it's driving me crazy. It's like I'm I'm so afraid of it. I'm scared to even touch myself, right? So you know what that means. I ain't been getting freaky with nobody, not even me. And that's the problem. It's like I don't want to catch shit from me. I don't want to catch corona or nothing else. It's like so I'm just like staying to myself. But anyway, I'm glad y'all are here. Tonight is gonna be a fun show. This is my second episode, and I'm very excited about it. Before I go any further, the main thing we have to do. Wait, where's my y'all? Did I lose my drink? I have to find my I done lost my alcoholic drink. Where did it go? I just had it. Did I get drunk and drink my drink already? Wait, hold on. Here it is. Yes. I'm already drunk, y'all. Um, hey everybody, I see y'all checking in. I see Davis, Sierra, Mickey, everybody. Hey y'all. Okay, so listen, the whole purpose of this is for us to get together and have some fun. And say, before the night ends. So I have my drink. So look, this is what I'm drinking. Uh it's a lovely young woman here in Chicago on the South Side that owns this company called Creative Click Cocktails. She will mix your stuff up for you and deliver it to you. That's what she did. She brought me my drinks. So I'm very happy about this. I don't know what this one is. Uh, Let me know what you're drinking so we can all toast and have a good old time tonight. So that I don't talk too much longer, I'm gonna go ahead and bring my friend in. This is weird because she's my friend, but she is the host of like the number one talk show in Chicago, right? Windy City Live. Everybody loves Val Warner. It's like you feel like she's your friend. Every place I go, people are like, "Where's Val? What's she doing?" I love Val. I have not met one person on this planet at all that does not like her or has at least said it to me, right? She's everybody's best friend. And it's something that's just so warm and cool about her that makes you feel like you know her even if you've never met her. And it's weird for me to be interviewing her. Is so weird because I'm used to her interviewing me and other people. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and bring my girl in. Welcome, Val Warner. Let's hope this works. Hey.
Hey, Mama needs some wine. Cheers. I hope I ain't got
Cheers.
nothing in my teeth.
Yes,
Cheers.
cheers. Wait, so what wine is that you're drinking?
I don't know, something I found at the bottom of the cabinet because I've been going through about a bottle a night, so I'm down to this. Compliments of Sonny's Worldwide Chauffeured Transportation. So this
Oh,
is somebody's wine from somebody that gave me a ride at some point. Girl, I don't know. Shit. Don't start.
it's been one, right? How are you hanging
Oh,
in there with this whole
you know what?
quarantine thing?
I'm hanging in here. I actually was telling Zoe today and a girlfriend of mine that I am embracing the quarantine now. I was not initially,
Hmm.
but I am actually going to write the quarantine a letter, and it's going to be called Dear Quarantine. And
Okay.
I thought about it while I was in the shower today, and I'm not going to reveal it yet because I may reveal it like on social media or on this show. But I'm going to write an open letter to the quarantine, telling the quarantine how I felt about him or her. Let's just call it it.
Hmm.
Um, from the minute that I found out that I had to do it to 2 weeks in now, I have started to look at it in a different lens. I hated it initially.
Hmm.
I didn't want to be confined to my house, but now I'm looking at it like, okay, what can I be doing here? What is the bigger picture? What's the silver lining? I'm spending more time with my family.
Yes.
We are bonding more. I'm cooking more.
Oh my goodness. Wait a minute now. How is that going? Because I know you and the kids over there love Chipotle.
Where the kids do love Chipotle. Zoe, come on and say hi to Auntie Erica real quick.
Hey.
She just gonna wave. You in my ear so she can't see you. She was helping me get all set up here. But
Hey.
come on, wave.
Hey.
I can see. There you go.
It's your twin. She's so cute.
Yes. She said, "Oh, my twin. She's so cute."
And I'm
Yeah,
so
she's been
proud of
doing
her.
she's so proud of you. She's been doing makeup tutorials, so she's got a full beat on right now. I need to have her do
Yes.
my makeup.
Yes, that is fierce. Zoe, I need you
That would
over
go with your
here.
hair.
Huh?
Yeah, that would go
Yeah,
with
it
your
does
hair
go
color,
there.
Erica.
Absolutely. You look beautiful. Oh
She
my
said you look
goodness.
beautiful.
Yeah. Where's Max?
Girl, you know where the hell Max is.
Playing his video games.
Yes. Ask me how many times I've seen him today. Um, no, but yeah, I've been cooking more. And Erica, you know, I go.
Yes, very much.
So one of the things the quarantine has taught me is that I've got to sit down sometimes. And
Mhm.
sometimes when you go, and you're made to sit down and you mad about it. And then once you sit down, you're like, okay, dang, I do need to be doing this. Okay, I do have time to do this. I can't make those excuses anymore about I don't have time anymore because I got all the time in the world now in my hands.
All the time. You know what?
And look at me, I'm still touching my face, but I'm at
Right.
home. I can wash
But you're
my
at
hands and
home,
touch my
right?
face
It's
as much as you want. Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, I will say that I'm actually enjoying the whole quarantine thing because I get to
Mhm.
actually be home and clean up my house. You know, I'm always telling you, I'm going to clean up, I'm going to get things together, I'm going
Mhm.
to make my home office now, I'm going to do all these things. And I never get a chance to do it because I'm always running and hustling and trying to get things done.
Mhm.
But
Right.
I've been enjoying this. But one thing we are going to talk about today, I didn't realize I don't have a quarantine bay. And I've had some
Mm.
guys reach out like, man, what's going on?
Oh.
You got a QB? And I was like, what's a QB? And he's like, a quarantine bay. And I'm like, I didn't think about I'm in here locked away by myself with nobody to play with.
Well, let me
But
ask you this. If you get a quarantine bay, do you test their ass before they come in the door? You
that's
got a
what I
test
said.
over there? Like, how you gonna have a quarantine bay? They can't get tested at the hospital, but you gonna have a test to let them in there?
You know what? That's the thing. I can't do anything. I'm afraid to touch anybody and let anybody touch me. Like I don't want to kiss anybody. I don't want to do anything. And I don't know how people are doing quarantine based. I don't even want to order food. I haven't even been wanting to order takeout because
Really?
and you know me, I'm a Uber Eats girl. But I've been
Yeah.
afraid. I did order the other day and I wiped everything down. By the time I got done disinfecting everything, the food
You
was
didn't want the
cold.
food.
I was like,
Mm, mm,
forget it. I
mm.
might as well just cook it home. But
See, you know what? I'm not that nervous, or
okay.
I'm not there yet. I am very aware. I'm very, educated. I am, reminding kids to wash their hands. We're doing all those kinds of things, but I'm still not nervous enough to order takeout. But I have another girlfriend like you. She's like, girl, I am not ordering takeout. And if I do, it has to be hot food
Yeah.
because I have to make sure that it's been cooked there. No, girl, we ordered Five Guys the other day. We
What?
ordered Victory Tap today. What else have we ordered? Because I'm trying to do my part and help these restaurateurs. Look, that's my
Yes.
excuse. You know, my ass just don't want to cook. But in between my cooking days, I've been ordering out things. But yeah, quarantine day is a good idea because if you are stuck in the house for 14 days,
Hello. And I'm just wondering how many babies are gonna come out of this 9 months from now. A bunch of
well, there won't be one coming out of this womb.
oh
Let's
really?
just say that. No,
No.
no, thank you. I'm good. I will not be. Now, I don't mind practicing, but no, there will be no
Yes.
babies coming out of the womb.
And I will drink to that. Practicing is good. You know what? I've been you already know that I've been on hiatus. I've actually been celibate. Damn, 3 years now. Can you believe
I was gonna say two, three.
it's three now.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't I've been so focused trying to get healthy, trying to lose weight, trying to get this career
Mm-hmm.
popping. But now that I've been home and on the internet and looking at stuff and seeing some of these fine men, I'm like, maybe I really do need a bae now. Maybe I need some good dick, Val. Sorry, I know you.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just getting ready to say that thing is waking up down there,
That
huh?
thing, girl, she's
It's
awake.
waking. Yeah, it's twitching. It's twitching
It's
on you. It'll start
twitching.
twitching. Well, when you write your open letter to the quarantine,
Mm-hmm.
tell the quarantine you mad at it. Tell the quarantine,
I
no,
am.
I don't appreciate you for waking up my thing. Because
Mm-mm.
you was fine before the quarantine.
I was
Then
doing
all
so
of a sudden
good.
the quarantine came and then that thing started twitching.
That is crazy. But I also
I
think
know.
because I'm finally over my ex, finally
Hmm.
over all those other crazy things, and feeling myself. I'm
Hmm.
coloring my hair now. I got the purple hair
I love
and the
it.
pink hair. I'm feeling good. But even once this is all over, I just don't know how to start navigating dating. Because
Ooh.
really, I feel like I want to give people a test when I meet them. It's like breathe into this, and if the alarm pops off, fuck it, like we can't hook up. But you can't just go around assuming people have something. This is almost my reaction to this is similar to, I'm sure how people were in the 80s when HIV first came
Right. Right.
out. Um, but I don't know. This
Are
is
you
crazy.
are you worried? Okay, so is your biggest concern more so meeting them, or once you've met them, then like, okay, how do I proceed from there?
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. First of all, the meeting them. I don't know about the other single women that are out here, but to me, it just seems really tough nowadays to meet somebody that, first of all, is sane, right? Um,
Right.
and that you can trust doesn't have ulterior motives. Because no, I
Mm-hmm.
don't have Beyonce's money, or I don't have a D-list reality star's money, but I am on TV doing my thing, and you never know if somebody's coming that way towards you because they're
Hmm.
hoping they can benefit from what you have, and that's
Sure.
with
Sure.
anybody. But yeah, I don't know where to go to meet men. I mean,
Well, you know what? You could live in skepticism forever, and then that's going to keep you in a certain place that I don't know that you want to be.
right.
So you're going to have there. You can hold on to a little bit of that, but I think at some point you do have to let go of that to a degree, just to even give someone a shot to see if they are that way.
Yeah.
Because if you're so much that way, then you've already talked yourself out of something potential, because in your mind, you're like, nah, they on something. They want
Yep.
something. They don't want, you know what I mean? You've already planted that seed up here without giving anybody a chance. What about getting hooked up from girlfriends? Like somebody you know. That's
Well,
a safe route, right?
yes, I guess. But a lot of
I
my
think,
most of my friends, especially that are married or in relationships, most of their guys are also married or in serious relationships.
hmm,
So, and then a couple of my friends have tried to throw some of their old snaggletooth uncles my way. I don't want to be bothered.
right, right.
um, or some of their brothers that are fresh out of jail. I can't do the fresh out anymore. They have
No. What if
the
what if they've been rejuvenated? I mean, rehabilitated. Both.
both, right, rejuvenated and
Rehabilitated.
rehabilitated.
You know they
Uh,
rejuvenated. What if they have been? It's been late and I'm sleepy, y'all. Rehabilitated. What if they've been rehabilitated? What if they've been in there longer? They've learned their lesson.
that's
You know what?
true.
This just happened to a girlfriend of mine's niece. Met someone,
Hmm.
um, and he had been away for some time, and he
He was
he
on vacation. He,
he seemed to really, really, um, dang, I'm hesitating in telling this story because initially it sounded so great. And we were like, yes, 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 give him a chance. To come to find out, he wasn't completely honest about how much time he did. But honesty
oh,
is key. That's the thing.
yeah,
You just got to figure out no one has it all. That's one thing that I have
yeah,
come to learn and to find out. Okay. No one has it all. We are so looking for that perfect person. They don't exist. They don't even exist when you look in the mirror. You're not perfect.
at
I'm not
all.
perfect. So it's hard to expect perfection when you're not that either. So you have to decide, and now I'm just like kind of making it generic and taking it off you, but you have to decide as a woman or man, what is it you can deal with and what is it you cannot? So once
Mm-hmm.
you've kind of figured out those things, you're like, okay, I just cannot do this A, B, C, D. Then, that makes it kind of easy because it's like, okay. But then you have to realize that relationships are going to be tough,
Yeah.
that they are going to work your nerves. And, but does the good outweigh the bad?
I've been trying to think about what my non-negotiables are.
Mm-hmm.
And now Erica, 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, before my last really bad relationship, the things I would have said I wanted or didn't want or wouldn't have been negotiables are totally different now.
What's the difference?
Well, for one, I'm really the honesty and integrity is really important to me now.
Right.
And I don't care so much about what they look like or even what they have. I want them to be emotionally stable,
Mm-hmm.
not cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, crazy as
Mm-hmm.
hell. I want them to come
Mm-hmm.
from a stable family
Yep.
and be good to me. I really want somebody that's going to be sweet and kind and good to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want
Mm-hmm.
no punk now. I want you to be able to hold your ground. And I don't want a
Right.
man that's really intimidated by me or whatever.
Or
But
what you do or what you have or the experiences or the people you're exposed to.
absolutely. And it's more than just honesty because of course a guy that ain't shit can be honest about how he ain't shit. I don't want that. I want a guy that has integrity and is going to be committed and faithful to the relationship. I I can't stand people that lie and have a
Right.
whole secret life going on and crazy girl. And then the thing is, you think women like me sometimes that are single, sometimes I will think, oh well, what's wrong with me? If I lost weight, if my hair was longer, if I was this or that, I'd get a better guy. But a lot of women are having issues and
Oh
problems with these, and
yeah.
it doesn't matter. So I don't know. I just really also penis size is non-negotiable. You
It
gotta come
is.
with it, and it doesn't have to be humongous where it destroys me and I end up in the hospital.
Right. Right.
But
Because
I
you don't want to get stabbed.
want somebody that's gonna kill me. But I
Right.
definitely I would like someone that knows what they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, because
What? Oh Lord.
oh Lord. Because I've been in situations before where um it was not necessarily that okay. However, however, I was still fulfilled. And
Really?
yes, I was still pleasured and I was still pleased. Yes, I
Hmm.
was.
You hear that,
So,
guys? All you small, short men, you would still
yeah.
have an opportunity to fulfill a Val Warner. By the way, so many of my male friends are watching right now, and these dudes, this is the thing. I already know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Do you
Okay.
know how, first of all, do you know the effect that you have on men?
No. And I'm not
Okay.
bullshitting.
That is so crazy to me because I see the way people react to you. When we're out, I see the way men feel you, right? And you're so oblivious to it that I'm
But
like,
that's
does
what
she
I'm saying.
don't
Don't
know
you
how?
even see that when you're with me? I'm just like
Yes.
I talk and interact and socialize and mix and mingle with everybody. So it's just like, oh, okay. And then it's so crazy that you bring this up and say this because growing up, I was not that girl. I was not
Okay.
the girl in my clique that they were like falling all out for. I was
Mm.
number two. So yes, I
That is
was.
crazy. Well,
Yeah.
not anymore, honey. Not anymore. And I mean, because even women, I mean, I've had some of my female friends like, Erica, where did Val get her thighs from? I'm like, what do you
Oh,
mean? Like,
y'all want
right.
these stars? And you should
Yes,
see them
girl, they
now
want
after quarantine.
put that in your letter to quarantine.
I
No,
am.
because I'm a heterosexual, I'm a straight girl, but I know that I gravitate to women that are curvy, I always think are super gorgeous. So
I do
I,
like it
but
too.
I do see, the way people react to you. And I know that probably you don't see yourself that way, but they do. And your curves,
Well,
baby,
here's
you
the
got it
thing, they're
down.
reacting to the backside and I can't see me from the back, so I'm always looking in the front, so like when I'm walking by and they're probably having that reaction, I'm like, What's back there, what's back there?"
Oh,
So
it's something back there, Val. It's back there. And as a matter of fact, anybody, you guys that are watching, I know a lot of Val's fans are tuning in. If you have a question or something you want to know about Val, go ahead and put it in the comment section and we'll try to get to it. I don't have her here that much longer, so go ahead and type in anything you want to ask her. I know what I want to talk to you about though, Val. For a lot of women ask me that want to be in TV and be in media. How do I do it? How do I get started? How do I make it happen? I want to be a talk show host. What do I do? Do you have any words of encouragement or advice for that?
Erica, well, I think you know my story by now. I could not have even predicted that I would be here in this role, in this spot on Windy City Live 11 years ago. When I went to school to be a reporter anchor. I majored in journalism. I talk show, the entertainment world was not even a thought of mine because I love reporting the news. To this day, I'm still a news junkie. The kids will tell you in a heartbeat. 4, 5, 6, I'm watching the news. Like, do not touch my channel. 10 o'clock, I'm back at the news. I love the news. So
Mm,
when this opportunity came along, I actually thought this would have been great for somebody else, but I was asked to audition for Windy City Live because someone else saw something in me that I didn't
wow.
even see in myself. Um, Now that I'm here, I have thoroughly enjoyed the last 10 years. God, it's hard to even believe that it's been 10 years of my life,
Yeah.
but well, 9 seasons going on 10. But I have had the time of my life. I never saw myself as that chick that was the opinionated one that would sit on a panel and voice my opinion. That's just
Mm,
like not me. Even in certain topics on Windy City Live, there's some days where I'm like reserved or quiet because some topics can be intimidating to me, particularly like politics and heavy things where I've got to insert because I'm always afraid. I've been that person my whole life that wanted to please everybody, a people pleaser. Approval addiction. That's with me. I want everybody to be happy. I want everybody to like me. So if I say something that somebody's not going to like, I hesitate on, do I put my opinion out there? So that's a tough thing. But if you are trying to be in this business, I'll tell you my start. I mean, obviously, to get into TV, I did not start in a market three in Chicago. I started at the bottom, started from the bottom. Now we hear that is our
yes.
song. Because I went to school in San Diego, but I started in Roswell, New Mexico. And the thing I
Mm,
tell people who are willing to get into this business, the chances of you going to school and coming right to a LA, New York, or Chicago and getting some kind of gig like this is rare, little to none,
mhm,
right? You have to be willing to get experience, get your feet wet, knock off the dust, knock off the rough edges that you have in smaller markets and work your way up. And if you're not willing to move and relocate and go where the gig is, because these kinds of gigs, as you know, don't happen in a lot of places. So you have to
mm-mm.
be willing to move when the opportunity comes. So I would say that that's one thing. Obviously, you got to have a certain kind of personality and
Yeah.
disposition and outgoingness to be in this. So if you're shy or you don't like talking to people, I've always enjoyed talking to people my whole life, way before TV. When I was in elementary school, when I was in high school, like I was that kid. When I grew up in the church, so I did
Hmm.
the welcome and the announcements and every Easter program and Sunday program. I pull up that little milk carton behind the podium. I never was afraid to go in front of an audience and speak. It just came
Mm,
very naturally to me. So I've been doing this for a long time. So thank God that, this has been something I've been blessed with all these years and have been able to make it work into a career. But right now, I don't even consider Windy City Live work. I'm going, like, I love this quarantine. I miss being at work. Some people, you probably talk to some
yeah.
people who are happy to be home. Like, I ain't
Hmm.
got to go to work. That's not me. I like going to work. Being at home is more work than going to Channel 7 for Windy
Yes.
City Live. I actually enjoy my job. You got to have passion for this. So if you really love this industry or want to break into this and you have the passion and the desire and the willingness to make some huge sacrifices, then go for it. Start at the bottom. Now it's a different day. Now, when I was coming up,
Hmm.
I was making tapes on 3/4 inch resume tapes. Now everything is digital. You can see I could barely log on tonight. So how they get jobs and do all of that stuff now, um, is different for me because at this point I'm gonna have to have one of these young people help. If I ever get fired from Windy City Live, I'm gonna have to recruit a young person to help me get my tape together so I can find a job somewhere else.
Right, because it's a new day. All the stuff, even this technology I'm using right now to do this show, it's like crazy that I could even do all of this. And I need an intern now. It's like I need to get an intern, somebody that can help me put this together. Because trying to book the guests and then make the promo for it and then advertise it, it's too damn much.
It is a lot, but you've done a fantastic job with it. But let me say something. You said something that's very important. An intern. Interns, whoever that's asking you, what do I do, Erica? How do I get into this business? What do I need to do? You need to get an internship. You need to work in the field that you want to work as a career, because that's where you are going to make the relationships, gain the mentors, mentees, whoever they're in that business who are going to be able to hold your hand, walk you through. I was, my daughter, who's a senior in high school, wants to go into this crazy business. And so I said, you sure you want to do this? You sure? I said, okay. During the quarantine, I've been reporting from home, doing Chicago Proud pieces. And I said, you come down here, you voice these pieces, you can rewrite them, you can do all those kinds of things, because that's what somebody did for me. When I interned at KGTV in San Diego, they pulled me in the audio room. And when I first started talking in TV, my voice was like up here. But I had to learn to talk from my diaphragm. I had to learn to write stories. I had to learn to Laura Castaneda, who used to be here in Chicago years ago at ABC. She was my first mentor in San Diego. And I'll never forget, she told me, when you're doing stand-ups and when you are delivering your report, whether it's in the field or whether in the studio, make love to the camera.
Whoa. See, now you just told your secret. That's why all these men tune in to Windy City Live and are crazy about you, because you've been making love to them through the damn camera.
I guess you're right. I guess I did let out my secret. I'm so sorry. You know what? But you can blame Laura Castaneda on that. She said, let me tell you, and she's calling me Valeria. She said, Valeria, you make love to that camera. Everything is right here. Because think about it. When you're angry, look at us. You only see this.
Right.
So I'm giving you all this. I'm giving you all of this. And it's in the eyes. It's how you hold your head. It's all of that. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
let me practice. For all the men watching, we're fucking right now. Okay.
Yeah, come on, give me a little shoulder.
Right.
Yeah.
I was gonna try to wear my stuff out, but I couldn't get it together. I
Well, I was gonna put on, since it's nightcap, I had my wine. I was gonna put on a little something to wear here, but I said, well, I don't know if that's appropriate or not.
Yes.
So I just buttoned it up with this little hoodie right here.
Yes, it's appropriate. Right after you, the guests I have coming up next, I have 3 amazingly sexy, beautiful women that are sex therapists and work in the healthy sex ed community, that are going to give us the real deal on how women and everybody should be behaving now with this coronavirus out here, and just how social distancing is going to change a lot of things now when it comes to dating, and sex, and relationships. So this is the show where you can be sexy. So next time I have you on, you can wear some lingerie or be butt ass naked if you want to, Val. That'll really get my ratings up.
I was gonna put on my little red robe, but I was trying to get logged on. I couldn't even get logged on.
All right. Before we let Val go, if you all have any questions, I know Val, one of my friends, who's actually my brother's brother-in-law.
Okay.
His name is Larry. Larry is one of your biggest fans. Aww. When I tell you, to the point, even his wife is like, please let this man meet Val Warner. So, and he's here. Can you please go ahead and say hello to Lele?
Hi, Lele. Thank you for watching Windy City Live. Mwah.
Woo, she just made love to you, Lele. Hope you enjoyed it.
Wait, are you kicking me out or do I stay for the sex doctor?
Oh, you can say you want to stay. I didn't know
I'm
if you
up now.
right because this is past Val's bedtime, y'all.
Come on, be real with them. Tell them when you said you was
Yeah,
my
Val,
girl.
Val stayed up for me because usually by now she is knocked out. It's times when I've got some juicy gossip or something I want to tell her, and you call after 10 o'clock, it's over for you. You're not getting Val.
It's a wrap, but I will call you back at 6 a.m., don't I?
You are the most early morning calling people and just be so bright and chipper. Like, hey, girl. I'm like,
Come on, wake up. Let's get this day. In a minute, we're talking about sex stuff. In a minute, Kobe's over there, your boy. And in a minute, he may get riled up with his stuffed animal. He might put on a little show for you.
y'all, Val's little dog is so nasty.
He's a freak.
He is a freak. Well, they say the apple don't fall far from the tree. His mama a freak too, probably. So,
No, the plant does not need to be watered, Carl. Leave me alone.
Right, you see that? I ask people to ask Val questions, and that's what you ask, Carl, if her plant needs to be watered.
No, it does not. Thank you.
Somebody else here said you can go do a costume change. Where is that?
Oh, I could. And come right back?
Yes, absolutely. You can come back if you want to cost. Absolutely, because girl, we got the sex therapist coming up. And then guys, in the end, before the show ends, we actually have a concert pianist that's going to play a little music for us, a young Black woman from Chicago. And when I tell you, Jasmine is amazing. So I'm trying to, change things up. We're getting drunk. We're talking about sex. We got sex experts and concert pianist. It's a classy show, bitches. Get into it. Get into it.
Nightcap with Erica, baby. Let's go.
Val, I love you. I'm so happy that you did this for me.
Did we get enough accomplished? Oh, well, we need to bring on the sex therapist. We'll have to come back another time because I feel like we really didn't even touch the surface. Because I don't know if I answered any of the questions, really.
I know we got so much. Love. We gotta find me love.
You might have to love yourself right now. You know what I mean?
And that's how I feel. And
ain't nothing wrong with that. You know they're right now during the quarantine, Pornhub Premium is free.
What? Mm-hmm. And how do you know that, Val?
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get my change.
Okay. Okay. As Val gets ready to change for y'all, I love Val. Val, she is crazy. All right, I'm gonna bring on my next guest. Now, be patient with me, guys, because sometimes I want to change the format of this. Okay, here we go. I want to go back to the full screen. And I'm going to bring on some fabulous ladies. They've been waiting in the wings for me, and I love them, and I so appreciate it. Like I was telling you all, being quarantined and being here, I don't know, Val had me laughing. My eyes are running. Being quarantined really has had me thinking about what's next as far as when it comes to sex and dating and relationships. And I'm really nervous about what to do next. Not that we should be nervous. You don't want to operate in fear in life, but I don't know. I'm just like with this corona shit. I'm like, if a man cough on me, I'm gonna be scared. If somebody want to lick you, I'm gonna be like, ew. All the stuff that we normally would love in relationships. It's what do we do now in the age of corona? So I thought about it. I was like, let me reach out to some amazing women, some Black women in particular, that know about the cultural things that are involved with being a Black woman. Oh, wait a minute. Did she just come back? Yeah. Now I gotta go change. I don't have anything to beat that. Girl, my lingerie got holes in it. I mean, some of my drawers got holes. I gotta get it together. I love this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let me see. How do I get rid of the comments?
You need to get rid of me.
No,
you need to get rid of me.
No, we're not getting rid of you. This is great. Oh, Art is here. He says you're fabulous. We put his comment up here.
Hey, Chad Daddy, I was talking to him the other day about
Yes,
cooking on
Chad.
one of these social media things. I know he been cooking up some good
You
stuff.
know Art been cooking, baby, because that's one thing Art will do. You go to
Mm,
his house, baby, and Art loves a cocktail, and he will feed you and take
mm.
care of you. And Art, I love you. You always take care of me, baby. And you see, we got our girl Val out here with red lingerie. She trying to drive these men crazy. Wait, my friend,
Listen,
go ahead.
I just wish, I will say about the quarantine, I don't like the social distancing. I get it, I understand it, and I'm going to follow it. But I am struggling with just not having interaction with people.
It's tough. It's
Yeah.
like, and I just wonder. It seems like it's a new normal.
I
You
know. Will
know,
we ever go back? I don't think we're ever going to go back to shaking hands again. I think that's just done. I don't see that coming back. I don't know. Even the way everybody's doing TV, you know that. I mean, look at
yeah.
your social medias now. Everybody's live. Look at how everybody's broadcasting from home, working from home, WFH. And I'm like, will we go back to having an audience at Windy City Live and some of these other shows? How will that be? How will we interact with people now?
Yeah, it's I never thought we would get to this. Although I've had
Mm,
friends that had already stopped shaking hands and stuff like that.
right.
Especially my friends, they may have some health issues, but the fact that we're now just really like teachers are going to their students' homes and just driving by and waving to the kids so the kids know they're thinking
Mm,
about them. And that really touched my
mm,
heart. But I was like, wow, things
hmm.
are different. Things are
They're different.
really
Yeah.
different. And with that being said, we're going to talk about the differences. Let me start bringing on some of these amazing women. Now, let me see. I'm going to click on my notes so I can try to read the introductions. Can you still see me right now?
I can. Hmm.
Okay, good. All right, guys. So get ready. If you don't have a drink, you need to go ahead and get one now because we're about to have a real conversation about relationships and sex and get real. My first guest I want to bring on is Tazima Parris. She's an author of the forthcoming book, Pleasure Without Guilt. She's a speaker and a sex and intimacy coach. She has a Chicago-based practice where she helps high-achieving women who are overthinking but undervaluing themselves in relationships by giving them space to identify and communicate their needs effectively. She had 15 years of serial monogamy, a 6-year marriage, and divorce. And then she embarked on a journey of exploration, research, and self development. And she has 20 plus years of research and experience helping women increase their pleasure, intimacy, and satisfaction in their relationships. And she says she's currently monogamish with her husband. So I can't wait to hear what the hell that means. Okay. Let's bring in Tazima. Let me see. Let me get you in here, Tazima. My let's see what. Wait. Give me a second. Add you to the stream. Okay, technology. Tazima. Hey girl, how are
Hi,
you? How
it's
you
great
doing?
to see you. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. Thank you for having me. This is so much fun.
Yeah, you got to tell me what monogamish means. I need to know. That sounds like it'd be a nice TV show, monogamish, like Blackish.
Yeah.
Okay, let me bring on my next guest. Frenchy Davis is an authority on human sexuality. Um, with a focus on African American people in particular. She combines her love and expertise of social services, education, and pop culture to entertain, educate, and enhance the emotional and sexological intelligence of her audiences. She offers her audience a passport to understanding how sexuality impacts spirituality, sexual agency, sexual development, and diversity. She's also the host of a radio show in New York called Libido Talk. Give it up for Frenchy Davis. Let me bring her on in. My computer's slow, Frenchy. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Add Miss Frenchy. You
Hi.
there, Frenchy?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Hey.
Hello, hello,
Okay.
hello, hello.
Yes. Hey, Miss Frenchy. I can't wait to talk to you, girl. Okay. Yes, I love your shirt says pussy. That's what I'm talking about.
What says
Yes.
there? I said it.
Yes, there you said it. Okay, and now I'm gonna bring on a woman. She says, "Can you imagine a relationship that is 100% transparent?" Well, Lola McCall can. She's a business owner, a personal trainer, a stylist, and she is a polyamorous woman that doesn't utilize heteronormative labeling. She's attracted to man and women, and the man is singular for a purpose because it's one man she's attracted to, but a whole bunch of women. In no shape and form is she attempting to convert anyone into having an open mind and rearranging their relationship, but she definitely wants to let people know the benefits of being polyamorous. And I'm sure a lot of men would love to have a relationship with the diva Lola. She says education is key to those that are misinformed and have never been presented with polyamory. And her topics that she really stresses are communicative constructs, boundaries, finances, and just making sure that people see eye to eye. Give it up for my girl, Lola McCall. Now, let me see. Y'all, my computer is slow. Come on. Where is it? Where's Lola? Where's Lola? Sorry, technical difficulties, y'all.
Yeah, that's okay. We're taking a drink.
Okay.
Cheers,
Yeah, y'all. Yeah, cheers. Take a drink.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Is she there? Miss Lola. Yes. Now, first of all, you all are so beautiful, right? And I'm so happy to see this diversity and all this gorgeousness of Black women in so many forms. Yeah, and ladies, say what's up to Val. Val's my co-host today.
Hey, Val.
Yes. So before we start,
everybody except for, let me put my glasses back on.
Lola, can we hear you?
I can hear you.
Okay, good.
Okay, good.
Okay, I want to know what you all are drinking. I'm drinking Creative Click cocktails. This was made for me and dropped off in my house by a young woman on the south side of Chicago. Tazima, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a high octane.
I can't hear Tazima.
You can't hear me?
Can't hear Tazima?
How's this?
I hear her very well.
Okay. This is a high alcohol volume stout. This is my favorite joint. I don't really drink, but when I drink, it's one beer. Because
I got my little penis beer opener.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it.
When I be bringing my beers in, it's like, yo, let me,
Y'all can keep them cocktails. Keep the cocktails.
Keep that beer.
Some of us like cock and tails, honey. Some of us like cock and tails. What are you drinking, Lola?
I'm drinking this extremely fabulous bottle of Welch's Sparkling.
Yes, because Lola doesn't drink alcohol, so she's being on her best behavior.
Popping those bottles.
Yes. Frenchy, what are you drinking?
I also have the backup water.
Backup water. Frenchy, what do you have?
I am partaking in a Kettle One cocktail with a splash of lime and apple and orange juice. So,
excuse me?
This is the grapefruit and rose Kettle One that I am like passionate.
Loving it.
Yes.
Wow. Yes. People, if you're watching, make sure you write us. Let us know what you're drinking and get your questions ready. Anything dealing with sex, body positivity, loving yourself, dealing with corona, any of those kind of questions as it relates to sexuality in your body. We want to hear them. Now, let me ask you all, have you heard this term quarantine bae? Have you been hearing people say that? And if so, what are your thoughts on having a bae for quarantine time? Let's start with Lola, actually. Go ahead, Lola. What do you think?
I mean, I don't want to like jump straight into the nasty. I don't know. Like,
Yes.
I think it depends on the bae and how many baes you have and the level of dirty with that bae, I guess. So,
yes.
I don't know. Like, I think it's cool in a sense, especially because, bae just sounds like very risque. Like, it's not like I don't know. It doesn't sound like partner, which is
right.
Boring. Partner just sounds boring. Bae sounds like it has a little spice to it. And so I don't know. I like the idea, I guess.
Yeah. What about you, Frenchie? What do you think about quarantine baes?
It really, for me, depends on what's your real purpose. You know, are you is it just for this time? You know, are we just in this season, or do you secretly, you know, hoping to get something beyond this, and then are they gonna run off once they get summer sighted? You know,
Summer sighted. I love that term.
you know, brothers kind of get distracted in the summer. So
Yeah. They sure do.
Is your bae, you know, what are your intentions with the bae, right? So don't get crushed out here,
right?
For the sake of the bae. I'm just saying, you know, we gotta. This is a good time to lay your cards on the table.
Oh, absolutely. Because, you know, really, especially if he's quarantined with you, you can get the answers to the questions you want because he can't go nowhere. And you got all the food and all the good snacks.
But, you know, people are afraid to ask those real questions. Now, I'm going to call them out. They're afraid to, like, really, this is the time to lay it on the table. And that's not just people with a bae. That's married couples, you know, that they got actual time together, and there's things that's going unsaid. So I'm just saying.
Yes, you are so right. What about you, Tazima? Is it cool for us to have quarantine baes? Because, you know, it is cuffing season anyway. Normally, a lot of people would be laid up with somebody because it's winter time.
Yeah.
But now that it's winter time with a cough,
it's cuffing season. It's cuffing season with a twist. That's what's really going on here. This twist is real serious. So the one piece that I would say for if you're thinking about cuffing season, if you're thinking about being basically penned up with someone, are they safe enough for you? Because I'm about telling the truth at all times. My husband knew exactly what I wanted in relationship. He knew it before we had our first date. He knew I wanted to be married. He knew I was like into family, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't ever think it's a good idea to like hold your cards close to your chest when we're talking about sharing and being honest and transparent. I think it's critical for you to do that anyway. And if you're in a situation where you're in close quarters all the time, and by the way, y'all remember men have massive appetites, like they eat a lot more. So, like if you really feel sensitive about those snacks, I don't like sharing snacks.
You're not getting none of my snacks, man.
Does this person respect your snack boundaries? This is another critical aspect to it.
Yes, absolutely. What do you think, Val? I mean, because Val is booed up. Val's in a relationship, but for the women that are out here that are single and like, man, I'm locked in this place. Should I find somebody special to be locked up in here with me and have fun, knowing that once it's all clear and we all make it through and we still alive, he may want to go out and explore other things?
Yeah, if you guys have an understanding and you're calling the shots as the woman, see, I've always been that one, that girlfriend that's like, you're in control. Men do it all the time. Men pick and choose and come and go like they want to. How come we can't be in the driver's seat and do it? So if you put that call out there like, hey, I need somebody over here for about 14 days, 21 days. You interested? We can have some fun. We can go half on the food, half on the Netflix, half on the cable bill, whatever it is. And then you know, you guys know that if you've talked about it, I think Frenchy said it, like, long as you communicate and you lay it out there, like what it is, what are your expectations, what are your intentions? And if you guys know, hey, we're going to be here for each other for these next 14, 21 days, then what's wrong with that? And then after that, you may not even want the bae anymore. And he may not want it either because you guys already went into it knowing that this is for this short period. Long as that's understood out the gate, then why not have a bae? Because why not?
Why not? You know, the thing for me is, I think people, I'm a very outspoken person, and because that people think I'm just like rah, rah, rah. But I'm very timid and shy when it comes to men. And I actually am very subservient, if that's the right thing to say.
Okay.
I'm a pleaser in some ways, I guess. And I like a man that can take control. But I find that and it's changing, but a lot of Black women are very afraid to say really what they want. Spank me here, grab my hair there, choke me a little bit, whatever it is. What do you all those are specifically the things I want. Grab me, choke me, whatever. So how do I communicate?
Not down low, up top.
Right. Choke me, right. Don't kill me. Goddamn it. I ain't trying to survive Corona just for somebody to choke me out and kill me.
Right.
But choke me the right way, the right angle, so I can still breathe and use my safe word. But how do you all encourage women to just say, fuck it, like this is what I want, and let me say it, and not care about the judgment that may come? Because even though a lot of men are free to explore themselves sexually, I feel like women get put in a corner where they can't really be who they are. What do you say, Frenchy, to women that are afraid to really let it be known what they want and don't feel empowered enough to do it?
I don't think that women are really in the corner anymore.
Okay.
Statistically, they're not. All right. I think we've moved past that, but the question is, where did some of those men move to?
Yes.
So
let me drink to that, Frenchy.
There's just a lot of shifting overall. Like the women have shifted, but the men have shifted as well. And so I don't know if they're really in the corner so much. But I think that women should really reevaluate, is it societal pressures that are making them ask for the things that they're looking for, or is it really what they want?
Right.
Like, I always hear women ask for contradictory type things. Oh, he's got to make 6 figures, and we're going to take trips, and we're going to be on like Instagram, and we're going to have this, this vision, everything. And to be quite honest, though, most men who are doing well enough to earn 6 figures ain't got time for that shit.
Yeah, that is true.
Like, along with that economic privilege comes a lot of sacrifice.
Yes.
Are you? Yeah. Is that really what you want? Because you're asking for contradictory things in these men just because you saw it in an image somewhere.
Yes.
Is it really what you want? So it's put you in the corner, but sometimes you're just kind of asking for things that don't necessarily align with one another. That's just my take on it.
Wow. And speaking of somebody that spoke what they wanted is Lola. In particular, I know that Lola identifies as polyamorous, and her male right. But listen, her male partner identifies as monogamous. Okay. And has altered the way he feels about things so that he can please her. But if it was his choice, he actually rather would be monogamous, right? So Lola, how did you have the strength to go ahead and put it out there? Like, listen, I need a man and a woman in order to be fulfilled. And were you even nervous about speaking that out loud? Because usually we hear about the man that is trying to convince his woman to do that, but it was the total other way around for you. Yeah. How did you do this?
Okay, so it was a bunch of finessing. Like I'm gonna put like several years into like a few sentences, but it was more so like when I entered the relationship in the beginning, I put it out there that I wasn't going to be like submissive to anyone, like to any man, especially because my father, he instilled those values in me. Like I have a lot of confidence in who it is that I am. I know myself, I know my interests, but at the time, when it came to like my interest with women, I definitely diluted it with him when it came to him because I wanted someone who loved women just as much as I did.
Okay.
So So basically,
So kind.
Listen,
you're so kind.
I encouraged him to have fun, and I was his cheerleader. I'm like, oh yeah, like good times. But then what happened is I eventually was like, okay, it's my turn now. Let me see how he's going to feel about this. But because he was doing what he was doing for so many years, it was like, okay, well, this is new. Why? And I had to explain. So it's about educating your partner as to your needs as well. Like education is very pivotal when it comes to your relationship. And so it was a lot of education. And then ironically, I ended up meeting the woman that I fell in love with, and like around my explorative moment, like my coming out moment. And I found out that she also was monogamous. And it's crazy. Like,
woo! So you wait. So you got a woman that loves you that's monogamous, and you got a man that's in love with you that's monogamous, and you in the middle, like, I want it all.
I just want love. Like, I just want y'all to love me. Like, I love y'all. But it was more education. Like I explained to them my needs and what it is I lose out on by not being with the both of them. Like how I feel a sense of emptiness, like an absence when I'm not with the two of them. And it's not to say that one isn't like it's greater than the other in a sense, but both of them provide me something that the other wouldn't. Like I would never ask a man to do something I ask my woman to do, because that's definitely like emasculating him. Mm-hmm. And I need a man's man. And with my woman, I need her to be that soft touch that I don't get from a man.
Wow. Oh my, that is so progressive. And why? I mean, it's wow. This is good. Okay. So Tazima, what about you when it comes to women feeling empowered enough to say what they want and how they feel? How do you encourage that, especially in women that are very timid and shy and are afraid that maybe their partner won't be understanding and will leave? Because I do know men that may want monogamy and may not want to share their woman with another man or another woman. But if I need it, or whatever my needs may be, like I said, I might need to be choked and spanked. How do I say that without him being like, she's a hoe, I'm out of here?
I mean, if you want to be choked and spanked and he's like, she's a hoe, I'm out of here, that's a great time saver.
Yes. Let me be the hoe I want to be. I was born. The wholeness is in me. It's natural. I'm a natural hoe. Stop trying to dim my whole life.
So two things on this. We keep interchanging this need, want. I want to make a distinction here. There's what you need, there's what you want, there's what you desire, and then there are interests. So these four are they're all very different. Wants is what Frenchy was talking about a little earlier, which was like this societal, like, I want a man who makes enough money for me to like go on my trips. That's not you. I mean, if you want to travel, if you want freedom to travel, that's a desire or an interest. So keep it in that space. Need is straight up. So women, the way we're even wired, we are wired. It's your brain, by the way. It's not like, oh, I'm not confident enough. No, we're wired to take care of other people. Yeah. So your needs are on the back burner already. How many women on this who are listening right now have held their pee in order to do something today? They had to pee, but they did that one other thing, or them 7 other. Hello, your need is on the back burner. So if it's on the back burner, you don't even respect it enough to bring it up. That's not going to work. So if you ask, you're never going to get it. So one, you've got to identify your needs. Frenchy, I'm glad you meet a bunch of people who already have made that shift. But here in the Midwest, some of the women who come to me are very conservative or religious.
You know, that's my East Coast shit.
I know. Yes. That's the same thing. I know. I mean, we in the Midwest, they like,
It's so true.
Bed, right?
You know, because I lived in New York 10 years. I lived in Brooklyn in New York. Yep. And here in Chicago, I'm different. I got the purple hair. You got to think about how many women like, oh my God, like purple hair, pink hair. But in New York, this is so normal. This is nothing. Yeah. No. So being in New York, I had several friends that were polyamorous. I had friends that were doing interesting things. On one of my first dates with a guy in New York, he asked me, was I into pegging? And I was like, I haven't played with pegs since I was a little girl. I didn't.
You got to peg the patriarchy. What's up?
Right. And he asked me if I would be willing to, he likes women to strap on and fuck him, basically. And I was like, what? And then I talked to other women there. Look at and there are women that are totally into it and were with it and had no problem. But here in the Midwest, you talk about those things, people are like, oh, wait a minute, I don't know. Val, what do you think? I mean, are you very free enough to say what you want and get what you want, or are you a little more shy and timid, Val?
No, all the way free.
All the way free.
Period.
Yes. Period. Boo.
Period. Yeah. Because I mean, that's such an intimate space, and it's you and that person. Like, why would you not be free in that moment? Like, you want to get something out of it because chances are they're going to get something out of it. So why not leave there satisfied like that person? You can't be the one being empty just because you're shy and you're afraid to speak up for what you want for yourself, your body, your mind, your soul. You got to speak up.
Mm-hmm. And I would also add to that is that men are wired in the opposite way. They're wired to prioritize their needs. So that's why they get off, because they have prioritized their needs. They're going to ask for what they want, even if you roll your eyes.
They're also celebrated, right?
Yes.
For their sexual prowess.
Indeed.
Women have not been celebrated for this. That's why I created this shirt, because why the fuck is you owning a word that belongs to me? No, motherfucker. No.
Right.
That's not.
I toast to that.
If you call another man a pussy, like he is never gonna be strong enough to be a pussy.
Right. Right. Pussies are very strong.
Strong, resilient.
You your little sensitive balls, you need to go somewhere. Like, this is not your privilege.
Right. Absolutely.
So I'm very adamant about that. But the men, they get encouragement from boys, from boys all the way up. Casanova, Lady Killer, like they get what women, even women are using terms like hoe, like calling other women hoes.
Right.
Time out. It's gotta stop.
Mm-mm.
There is no such thing as a hoe.
Right.
Like, whether you slept with 5 in one day or 5 in a year, you still slept with 5.
Absolutely. We gotta let it go. I want people to be free to be who they are. And I feel that
no judgment.
And I do feel that in one way, that's why I really identify and champion in particular for gay men and lesbians, because I feel like they led the charge and be who you are. In many ways, I feel like straight Black women in a lot of ways are penalized for fully embracing who they are sometimes. Not all the time, but there are many times when there are things I like or I want, and people feel like they can't do it because they care about what their mama and them and cousins and them and friends and them are going to say. Let me ask each of you all, what does sexual freedom mean to you? Let's start with Lola. What does it mean to you to be sexually free?
For me, it's more of a mental thing. Like, contrary to what a lot of people think about me, I don't just sleep around. So it's being able to execute those nasty thoughts in my mind, like, without the fear of judgment from people out there. And that's why, like, typically I post the dark things on my Snapchat, because I feel as though Snapchat, there's a whole different audience there than it is on other platforms. The people there are more forthcoming because that time factor is there as well. It's like, all right, you got 24 hours, you see this, and then it's gone, hopefully. But for me, it's more just being comfortable in my exploration of those thoughts that I have in my head, which is the choking, spanking, whipping, dipping, licking, sucking, clipping.
Yes. Don't play shy now, Lola. She disappeared from the camera. Don't be shy.
Where my granny might be watching this, and I don't want my granny. Please don't be watching this. Her or
don't watch it, Granny. Dad, but you know what? The freak don't fall too far from the tree. Granny probably is out here getting it.
I
know. What do you think, Frenchy, as far as sexual freedom and being liberated to be who you are? Are Black women in particular, are we on the right track? Are we living our best lives and being free, or do we still have a long way to go?
We'll always have a long way to go because we're on the wrong continent.
I will say,
only this motherfucker,
yes,
one of the most prudent continents. I've been to 26 countries now. America has to be one of the most sexually prudish continents, I think.
And Frenchy, wait, have you had sex with men on all of those continents? Not all of them. You have to tell me all your business.
I try to.
You try to, yes.
Try to. Well, one, because I in general don't date American men.
Okay, me either.
So just because we're not compatible, that's just not my species. It's not to say that there's something wrong with them, right? And that's like Black, white. I'm talking American, not Black, but American. I'm not. Yes. I don't hold on to religious ideologies. I'm 45. I don't have children. I'm allergic. Like, So we're, in a lot of ways, I found that I'm incompatible with a lot of American men who want these American ideals, right? So we simply don't align. That's all. Not a biggie.
Yeah.
And when I'm abroad, though, I experience people who don't have judgment. They just, it's just, where bestiality is legal, like who can judge?
Right.
When y'all having debates on necrophilia under policy and legislation, who can really judge?
That is so interesting.
So there's that freedom that you were talking about. I get freedom now because of the sexual repression that I grew up in as a child and as going to an all-girl high school. And I'm like, hey, Mom, look at me now, right? See what you did? So, now owning my own sexual agency, I am independently operated and owned, right?
Yes.
And
love that.
There's just real joy in that.
Wow.
I decide what doors I choose to go in and come out of.
Yeah.
That's totally my decision without any regrets.
I love that. And that's also so sexy. What you just said to me is the way I would describe a sexy woman. It's not about her height or weight or complexion. Just the fact that she is strong in who she is, will not compromise, and takes full ownership of her being. To me, that is just what makes a woman beautiful, confident, and just so like tantalizing to men. That's always the kind of woman I wanted to be. Go ahead.
Seldom physical.
Huh?
Appeal is seldom physical.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's plenty of gorgeous women who can't keep them. Right. Looking around at the club like, how she get that?
How she get him? Yeah, women do that a lot. And I know a lot of people, I know point blank, I know a whole bunch of ugly bitches that keep a man, will steal your man with no problem. And I always say, what is it about that girl? It's her power, it's the way she moves. It's
the confidence.
It's the confidence. Absolutely.
You know what they say? One pubic hair can pull a cart of horses.
Yes, that's some strong coochie hair, bitch.
And even though I love my Brazilians, I can still pull that motherfucking cart. Okay,
that's what I'm talking about. Pull that cart, Tazima. How are you pulling carts nowadays? How do you pull your cart?
With pussy glitter. That's
how I
pussy glitter. So I mean, it's actually all about you. That agency that Frenchy mentioned is actually about you owning your sexuality. We've been talking about sexuality a lot. We've been talking about owning. All this whips and like pulling my hair and choking my. Nobody said anything about rope. I'm casting my vote for rope.
Oh yes.
Tie me up.
Tie me up. Tie me up.
I'm down for spanking.
You just got a power cord. Make it work.
Yes. Get one of them only stitchy cords your grandma used to whoop you with. Get it.
You got to be creative.
Exactly. Right. But here's the thing about that turn on, you being turned on is the most, you being yourself fully turned on is the most attractive thing. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. It doesn't matter how long your eyelashes are. It doesn't matter how many, extra things you put here or wherever. It's actually about what you're bringing. And by the way, so I may not even have makeup on, but if I have pussy glitter on and I know, like,
yes,
like I go to the bathroom, I'm like, oh yeah, I got pussy glitter on. Wait a second.
Right. My pussy is glistening with glitter.
And the pussy glitter is only part of me filling up my pleasure cup. That's the other thing that's really attractive is if I'm filled up with pleasure, if I'm in the overflow, like you getting a little something of what I got, what I've already filled up with, I don't feel any kind of way if I give you a little something. If I have nothing and I'm trying to share a little, let me get a little, no, like then you're pissed off when he don't act right or she don't act right or whomever doesn't act right because you don't have nothing. But if you're filled up already, then to give a little from the overflow is cool. You go ahead and have that.
Right. Yes, okay. I got enough pussy glitter to go around.
Instead of all that damn toilet paper and hand sanitizer, they should have been getting that damn pussy glitter.
Pussy glitter.
I hear yes. So Val, let me ask you, Val, are you stocked up on pussy glitter over there at your house? You got enough?
Erica, you're gonna have to break it down for me. I cannot hear Tazima at all. So
you missed it. Oh God, yeah. We'll have to on the replay. You'll be able to see. Oh, we'll set you and Tazima up on a call. But
look, I'm just sitting here keeping that smile up. I'm like,
faking it the way so many of us do, especially in sex. And let me say that I have determined I'm not faking it anymore.
No.
But then I also had to be real about why is it that I'm not getting pleasure? Sometimes it is about you. I guess maybe most of the time. You all would know better than me. You're the experts on this. But I find that if you're not in tune with your body, accepting of it, loving it, and if you're just not there, no matter how big or how great or whatever he's working with or she's working with, you won't enjoy it. But I had to learn to stop faking it. Lola, have you ever faked it?
Never. I feel like
I haven't either.
You never faked it, Val?
I'm not going to stroke your ego. Like, no, you're out there, like, especially if I'm no, I'm not going to stroke your ego. I'm not going to send you out there in the world having sex with other people just for them to be like, oh, Like, she must have thought it was good because I refuse for somebody to go around and like put my name on that. It's like doing someone's wig and it's terrible. Now everybody knows that, you know, like I do terrible wigs. No, I don't want no one to know that I did some terrible fucking. I mean,
Woo, Lola said a bad word.
had terrible intercourse.
Yes.
Boo.
Right. Fucking Lola. Wait, the woman on here that's polyamorous and like boys and girls is won't say the word fucking. Okay.
I don't
ladies,
get in trouble or
no, don't get in trouble. Yes. So ladies, I know we're having a good time and we are going to get ready to wrap it up because I do have one more guest that's coming on the show. But let me end this with each of you saying what you hope for women going forward when it comes to them embracing their bodies and their sexuality and loving themselves in the world, especially in this climate that we're in with the coronavirus, where people are stuck in the house, may be alone. There are a lot of single women at home and will be at home by themselves the next couple of weeks, really sitting, thinking about things. Are there any words of encouragement, anything you want to say, however you feel about them loving who they are and embracing their sexuality? Even any sex tips you want to give, maybe when it comes to pleasuring and playing with yourself, anything. Let's go with Frenchy. Come on.
First, stop creating a hierarchy between partnered women and single women.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
There is no hierarchy. This competition and somehow you feel like you have leverage over somebody who's not married. You know, I believe in self-connectedness, and with my partner I have dual connectedness. But when I'm self-connected, I am certainly even more powerful. Absolutely, like my light shines bigger. So I'm gonna encourage women to stop thinking that there's some type of hierarchy. You know, as long as you water your own damn grass, you ain't got to worry about anybody else's grass growing. You do not know what weeds they have in their fucking backyard. Let's not sleep. So a lot of women who are like, damn, like my husband is home now. I can't see my quarantine bae. Right. So because I do a body positivity class, though, one of the things while you got some time, get you a mirror, and I would say sketch your vulva. So your vulva is the outside of your vagina. Those the labia majora, labia minora. You have your clitoris. Remember that your clitoris is an organ. It's about 3 inches. It's like about this big. So get some time. Look down there. I would sketch it. Have you a little time, have you a vulva sketching party. You know what I'm saying? Get familiar so like you can direct your friend, you know what I'm saying, when you come out of quarantine, you know,
yes,
how to come at it. But, you know, until you've celebrated your own pussy, don't expect anybody else to.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for that. That is, you know what? I've never thought about drawing my pussy before.
Oh, you gotta do.
I'm gonna draw her.
And throw in a couple of nipples and areolas and everything, but start with your girl. Start with some pussy. Yes.
Thank you, Frenchy. Y'all hear that? Everybody watching this while you are quarantined.
I want to see sketches.
Get you some paper and a pen. If you got a plus size fat pussy, get you 2 sheets of paper.
They're all beautiful, different shapes and sizes. Yes.
And draw your pussy. Everybody draw your pussy. Yeah. Because let me tell you though, what I've noticed, you know, we always hear about these unsolicited dick pics. Men love sending pictures of their penises, even if it's really nothing to look at, but they're very proud of it. They love them and they embrace that whole artistic aspect of taking a photo of it. I love it when they put it next to a remote control of a television to let you know how their dick sizes up to the damn TV remote. And when they do that, they're proud of their dicks. All these men are very proud of their dicks. But women, how often are you just sitting around and somebody call you like, hey girl, what you doing? Bitch, I'm over here drawing my pussy, girl. Nothing. I ain't doing nothing but drawing a little pussy today. But it's a revolutionary act to even think of that. What you just said is just wow. That's good. That is wonderful. I'm gonna give you some glitter and some construction paper, and I'm gonna draw my pussy bitch with a motherfucking marker, girl, and I'm gonna do it. Tazima, what advice or parting words do you have?
So make a pleasure menu for yourself, not just sexual things that you like, but regular things that you like, taking care of your plants or going for a walk. What do you like? A particular kind of food. Make that list and make sure it's a list of things that you can do on your own, you can give to yourself, even if it involves another person. How can you give that thing to yourself? How can you touch yourself or use the special lotion that you like? Make that pleasure menu and do those things for yourself every single day so that you fill up your pleasure cup. So that it's not just you're not giving on empty. Your tank is not empty. You can actually pour from the overflow. So your job during quarantine is to get to the overflow in pleasure. In whatever way it comes to you, whether it's sexual or non-sexual, whether it's sensual, whether it's food or it's things that you enjoy. Do what you can to fill up your pleasure cup.
Wow. And so many women have issues with that. And the fact that we even have to give ourselves permission to feel pleasure without any kind of guilt, right? And to not be concerned about pleasuring the other person and actually pleasuring ourselves and putting our needs first. That in itself is also revolutionary.
I'm never worried about him. He can jump in if he wants to.
Right.
He can. And your pleasure is the antidote for resentment.
Wow.
So now when you go to ask for the things that you want, if you're all pleasured up already, it won't be a problem to ask. You ain't going to ask him with all attitude. You'll be like, hey, I would like. And also,
hello, and get a whiff of this glitter on that ass. Yes. Okay, Lola, any parting words?
Yeah, so I mean, I guess this is gonna get a little serious, but no, I think everyone, once this is done, I mean, you have time to do it regardless. I think everyone should get tested. And the reason I'm saying that is because, like, we talked about this last night, Erica, but a lot of people are like, oh my God, this 2 weeks is forever. But while you're shacked up with quarantine bae, you don't know what quarantine bae status is, like, at all. And anything can happen. And like, the lesson I learned from this, not saying, I got anything. I just got tested. All this is clear. Okay. Yeah. So what I learned is that what people don't understand is that there's an incubation period for various diseases, which are over 2 weeks. So you can get tested. Like, what did we say yesterday? You can catch that virus and not know it for 2 weeks. The same happens for STDs, bacterial and viral. You don't know how long you've had it. And typically people are like, oh, I'll get tested immediately. Well, it has to incubate in your system before it actually shows up. So I think testing is definitely the first step before you get to intimacy. And I know people don't think about it as much as they should, but
because a lot of times in general, men can be asymptomatic with a lot of sexually transmitted infections. And so not being tested when you are not having safer sex practices, then you are completely oblivious to what you're exchanging to your partners. So
just like the virus, like people don't know, you don't know for 2 weeks, if not longer. And then some people, like you said, are some people look good, but others, like they don't look as healthy.
You don't know until you find out.
Yep, you don't know until you find out. And not just the physical health, this mental health. And we'll talk about that on another discussion I would love to have with you all, just about the mentality of people with their sexuality and just dating men that are just, and women that are not mentally stable and mentally healthy, and what that brings to a relationship. Val, I'll let you say the last word, summing all of this up with any words of advice or encouragement, or any opinions on colors of glitter, or anything that we should be using.
I'm gonna have to watch the glitter conversation when I play it back, but I just want to say all of you ladies were dynamite. I learned a lot just from sitting here on this panel with you guys. I appreciate your honesty, your openness, your candidness about talking about a subject that some people just find so taboo and get all prudish about. But for me, I just want women, and I'm only talking about women, I don't want us to feel guilty about anything, for how we feel, what we say, what we want to do. I want us to take that ownership, to be confident in that, and not to be timid about what we want. I want us to get in the driver's seat. So many times the men are in the driver's seat that we're kind of like, okay. No, it's about us. It's about you. Put you first. Do you first. Yes. And everything else kind of falls into place. But I feel like so many times we're so worried about what they're going to think, what our girlfriends are going to think. And I think some of you all have already talked about this already, but I just want us to get to the point where we think about us first. We have to start putting us number one.
Yes.
Everything that comes with that. Feelings, touches, what we want, what we don't want, all of that.
Absolutely. So for you all that are watching, first of all, this was a gift. Having you all here talking about this, no better time than now for us to be having these kind of conversations. And I know that we ultimately want people to be open-minded, to explore who they are and not be afraid of that. Go to the store, get you some glitter, go home, draw your pussy. And when you get done with drawing it, go to the doctor and make sure your pussy is okay.
Here's the other thing though, because when you put that glitter on your pussy, and then he goes there and he plays inside, and then he's all glittered up too. Yeah, he ain't trying to get glitter up on everybody else, if you know what I mean. I'm saying.
Yes, absolutely. Right. Yes. So that glitter is also marking your territory. I love it. So I'm gonna just go around and start just spraying glitter on motherfuckers. Like, you mine. There goes some pussy glitter. Take it. I so adore you all. Thank you all so much for talking to me and having a nightcap with Erica. If you still have your drinks, if you can raise them for me. And go ahead and get your sparkling apple cider, Lola.
It's rosé.
Yes. I want to toast to happiness, to Black women in particular being strong and loving who they are, loving on themselves, being kind to themselves, and not being afraid to explore all the aspects of them that are beautiful and worthy of love. We are all worthy of love and pleasure, and now is the time to get it. If you haven't been getting it, it's time to get it. And we need to just spray glitter on the world. Show the world your glitter. Okay. I love you all. So cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you, Erica.
Thank you all. And everybody watching, I will make sure that I put in the notes how you all can contact all of these women. Tazima's right here in Chicago. I know a lot of you all are Chicagoans. She does coaching. I believe Frenchy does as well. She's on the East Coast, but she works remote. Lola is here based in Chicago. So anybody that may have questions about polyamory and how to figure out that aspect of your life, please reach out. And we all know Val Warner, the host of ABC7's Windy City Live, is live every day here in Chicago. She is the greatest person, and so happy that all of you all could be here with me today. Okay, so I'm gonna say goodbye, good night. Not goodbye to everybody. Y'all stick around if you're watching, because
viewers.
Yes, the guest I have coming up next is an amazing young woman. I don't want you all to miss it. But ladies, I'm gonna say goodbye to you all for now. And yeah, this was cool. Thank you so much. Okay.
Bye.
Okay.
See you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I'm trying. to hang up. How do I hang up,
Okay,
Erica?
let me see.
Lord.
Here we go. Wow, you don't,
Hang me up.
well, I'm gonna hang you up. You don't know
I'm
nothing.
out of here.
Okay, bye.
No.
Let us let you
Bye.
see you. I'm gonna let you walk away with your red outfit on. Go ahead, sunshine. All right, y'all. I want to get rid of this comment that's right here. Somebody put, I'm gonna put right here. Africa Porter said Black Girl Magic. And she is absolutely right. That was Black Girl Magic. I got some more magic for y'all. This is my final guest of the evening. And I want to read you a little bit of her bio. What a lot of you all may not know is that before I was a comedian and a writer and director, when I was growing up, I studied classical music. I'm a classically trained pianist, although I have not played in years. I don't even know if I can read music anymore, but I've always had an affinity and a love for women, especially Black women that are into the classical arts. I also studied opera. Believe it or not, I think I sang my first aria when I was about 8 or 9 years old. So yes, I give you Miss Ghetto Comedian, baby, but trust me, I studied the Suzuki method for years with piano and voice, and actually at one time thought I might become a conductor of a symphony orchestra. Could you imagine seeing me, Miss Pound Cakes, standing in front of the CSO downtown on Michigan Avenue, directing all the musicians? But yeah, I studied music theory. So I have an affinity and a love for people that keep that going. And I love the fact that there is not one way to define Black women in particular. I love Black women so much. And I love just showing us in all of our glory in different facets. So I want to tell you all about Jasmyne Rudan. I hope I'm saying her last name right. She'll correct me if I'm not. Also known as Jasmine Flowers. She's a classical pianist. She's trained for 16 years, and she's the CEO and founder of Genesis Music Arts, which is a growing performing arts school that nurtures the mind by ensuring knowledge, love, and opportunity. She began her musical journey at the age of 7. She studied at the Merit School of Music, and so did I. I'm a distinguished alum from the Merit School of Music, which is one of the top music conservatories in the country. Also the Chicago Youth Symphony Orchestra, Columbia College, Roosevelt, Fisk, and she graduated summa cum laude with a BS in music education with a concentration in piano performance. And what I love about her is that she's not only a pianist, she's a composer and a business owner. And if you have a child here in Chicago that wants to learn how to play piano, you definitely have to contact Jasmine and the Genesis Music and Arts organization so that your kids can get piano lessons. Okay. I want to welcome Jasmine to the show. Let's see. Hi. Are you there, Jasmine?
Yes, I'm here. How are you?
Hey, beautiful. Hi. You are such a cutie pie. How you doing?
I am doing great. Thank you for having me.
I love you. You know I adore you. I actually I wrote an article for Bronzeville Life magazine last year about Black women in classical music in Chicago. So I was researching, and when I came across you, I was just like, first of all, she's drop dead gorgeous. And I just loved the way I watched you play with some of the videos you had online, and just your intensity and your dedication to the craft was just so beautiful to me. You the bomb, bitch. I love it. I'm just gonna say it like that. Yes. How did you get your start really in music? Like, were you born to do this? Did it just come naturally?
Honestly, yeah. I was supposed to do violin, but my mom didn't have a violin. It was an after-school program that Merit offered through my elementary school. I went to Beasley.
Okay.
Yeah. So I didn't have a violin. The other choice was piano. We had a random keyboard at home. My mom was like, just take it. And I was like, okay. And I just knew how to play.
Wow.
He set me down in front of the piano. The instructor couldn't believe it. I did a group class, and then he reached out to the Board of Education and asked, could my last class be a private piano lesson? And he came to me every week and gave me a private, they okayed it, and they gave me a private lesson class from 3rd grade all the way into 8th grade.
Wow.
I just knew how to play.
And knew it.
They allowed me to do like summer camps with them, everything you can think of. And then I did some auditions, and that's when I started getting into more programs.
Wow. And what is it about?
Nobody in my family plays. Like,
nobody in your family plays?
My granddad plays the drums, but nobody, I have a really large family. Nobody plays the piano. So I don't know. Yeah.
But it was in your DNA somewhere, because you play it with ease. And that's not to discredit your hard work and training as well, because right. You don't practice?
Yeah, no, I practice.
I'm just saying, damn, you are really brilliant.
No, I have to practice, because I mean, it's gift, but it's also talent. You know what I mean? And talent comes from practice. So I wouldn't be able to unless I practiced.
Yes. One thing about me, I studied the Suzuki method. So I was, of course, learned to play by ear, then also had to double up with music theory and learning how to play. I have not played the piano in a dedicated form probably since I was about 21 years old, and I'm 45 now. Really? Oh my God! Because you know what?
We can see each other like this. I'm all virtual right now.
Oh, right. That's right, because of the quarantine.
Yeah.
But I know you still have your students because you've been instructing all day. Yeah. What do you have to say out there? Because I really want to promote your business to parents, especially that are here in Chicago, that once this quarantine is over, will be able to bring their children to you. How should they get there? What do you need in order to get your child to play piano and be dedicated to it?
Well, first they need me.
Yes, that's right.
Program. And second, a keyboard or piano. That's essential for any necessary practice to get done. And then also just dedication. But I mean, once the child is with an instructor and they start to see their progress, that's why I believe that every child's lesson should be built around that child's individual need. And that's why I started my own program. Simply because a lot of other schools, they have their own curriculums already preset, and you just have to go according to it. But every child is a different learner. Yeah. So it's hard to put the same concept on every individual. So I feel like once a parent knows that they want their kids to journey into something different, I always tell my families, thank you for trusting me with their musical journey, because this journey could be set through anyone. But a piano or keyboard, an instructor, that's all you need. If you know how to count to 5 and you know A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you can learn the piano.
You can learn it. Yeah. Well, I don't want to talk anymore right now, because I want people, while we still have a lot of folks here, to see you play. What are you going to play for us this evening?
Well, I was going to play Scott Joplin, but the way y'all were talking, I think that I should play something else.
Okay. Do whatever you want to play.
It's going to kind of set the tone. It's called Alchemy. It's a piece that I composed.
Yes.
I think it's very fitting. So I'm going to play it. I hope y'all enjoy it. This piece, whatever you're thinking about during this time right now, I want you to let your thoughts be your own thoughts. That's why there's no words to music, so you can like literally kind of escape time and have a sense of going inner right now instead of outer. So that's the whole point of this piece right here. Wherever it takes you, I hope you enjoy.
Oh my God, Jasmyne! Oh my goodness, it makes me tear up a bit. First of all, the passion that you play with, and you know, like someone just wrote, "Black girls really do rock." Let me put that comment up. Like that was so beautiful, and you composed that. And I think it's so important that we celebrate Black women that are making art, that are not just only stuck within a box of what's considered to be Black music or Black girl music. To sit and watch you play that way was just beautiful. What do you feel like when you play though? Like, what are you feeling? What are you communicating?
I feel time. You know, like I feel like I'm a very on the go person, and I'm just very disciplined. So I feel like when I sit down right here, it's kind of like my breath of fresh air. You know what I mean? Like I kind of feel like whatever happened, whatever my day was like, I just get kind of like some peace of mind. You know what I feel like I'm somewhere else. If I go practice, I practice, and I normally try to do nighttime because I don't have my phone going off, my daughter's asleep, you know, I don't have anyone, nothing. I can practice to maybe 6 o'clock in the morning because I just don't feel time. Like it's like an escape or something. I don't know what I'm escaping from, but it just feels, it's like I want to just keep going back to it.
Right. And when you compose a piece of work, does it start with a melody? Is it a feeling? Do you start with the subject matter? What is it?
Like for this little thing right here, I randomly was running scales. I like to play things with my hands over each other, and I randomly came up with that one line. I was like, "Oh, this sounds so beautiful!" And it's in the back of my mind for maybe about a month before I started like expanding on it. And it just kind of rolled out and created itself. But I do still have to practice. Like every night I'll tell myself, I'm not going to bed tonight until I make up another line.
Wow.
Go to sleep.
And then do you record it?
Practice.
Do you record yourself, or do you?
No, I don't, because then I won't remember it. So I sit there and do it over and over again until it's literally in my muscle memory before I go to bed.
You're like the Jay-Z of classical piano. You don't write nothing down, girl.
I mean, I do think once I'm complete with it, I'll compose it because I want to get it copywritten, you know, because I perform it live. Yeah. But while I'm in the progress of creating it, I don't. That way I can know if I like really want that to be the next part or not. Because if I remember it, that means it's right. But if I don't, no.
Yes. And before we go, I would love for you to play something else if you don't mind. It could be an original piece, or if you want to play something else while we have you here.
Okay. This is what I was going to play originally. My daughter told me I should play this. It's got some Scott Joplin. She's like, it's fun. It's not too familiar, whatever. But I'll play some of it. I love playing music from Black composers. If I don't play my own pieces, I play music from Black composers.
I love that.
Yeah. Let me scratch it. Hold on. Leave it at that.
Yes. I love it, Jasmine. I just adore you. Before we get out of here, can you please let people know how to contact you? Because listen, if you have a child here in Chicago and they're interested in piano and want to play, you need to contact Jasmine and let them learn from her. Do you teach adults as well?
Yeah, my oldest student is actually 80. So we do foreign. Yeah, I have just as many adult students as I do have younger students. Fortunately, I've been virtual. Like half of my students are virtual. So I have students from out of the country, over the days. So during this time, it wasn't a hard transition for virtual lessons. So even if families are looking to get 30 minutes to themselves right now while they're in the house, or for themselves, I've picked up a lot of clients during this right now, this quarantine.
Wow.
A lot of adults, they just have time. A lot of older people too. Grandparents who have pianos at their homes. Younger kids, they can go to our website, genesismusicandarts.com, www.genesismusicandarts.com. We have Facebook, Genesis Music and Arts, Instagram, Genesis Music and Arts, Gmail, Genesis Music and Arts, hashtag Genesis Music and Arts. So anything like that they want to look for, they can find us.
Absolutely.
Piano voice lessons.
Huh? You do voice lessons too? Mm-hmm. Oh wow! So I have to have you come back and you'll sing next time. Yes. And what I also love, first of all, you have the most gorgeous daughter. And when I ran into you all recently at Whole Foods, she and I had the best conversation. And I know that you're also teaching her as well. So I'm loving that you're preparing the next generation to take over and be a classical mastermind. That's awesome.
Yeah, I have a book for her, Jenny the Vegan. You know, we're vegan, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably link it to the website or something too.
Oh my goodness. Yes, please do. And I just want to say that you are a breath of fresh air. I really, really enjoy watching you and hearing you play. You are amazing, amazing, amazing. And I just wish you nothing but success moving forward with your company. And I also, like I told you, you're a superstar, baby. And I appreciate that you're educating and teaching people and you have your company, but I really want you to do more concerts and you to perform more. And I'm telling you, I know everybody here on my live
you speak this into me.
Yes.
I receive
yes.
it. Yeah.
I want to, when all this stuff is over, or even you can do a quarantine concert on
Actually,
online.
I'm doing a quarantine concert. Maybe you can be the host.
Oh yes, I will put on my best behavior and be nice and sweet, and I'll be bougie Erica with a master's degree when I host your
you can just be yourself.
Okay, yes.
Absolutely.
All right. So you all watching, make sure you follow Jasmine. I will put her information on my page as well. Jasmine, thank you. And this was great for you to close my show out. Okay. I hope you have a good night.
You all have a nice night.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. So, this episode was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. Originally, I planned on every show being 30 minutes. Okay. My first show was yesterday. That went an hour and a half because people were just having a good time and enjoying themselves. Tonight, we've been going for an hour and 50 minutes, almost 2 hours. So I'm going to let y'all go. But once again, I'm doing this show because I just want us to have a good time and relax and have fun and not be so serious, right? We see the stuff, we're reading the newspapers and we're seeing everything online about what we're going through right now, but we still have to find a way to enjoy ourselves. So I toast to you all. I'm gonna finish my drink while we're here. Listen. I think I gave y'all a pretty good show. You learned about sex and pussy glitter. Val put a lingerie show on for y'all. You wouldn't see that on Windy City Live on Channel 7. And also, I think ending the night with some classical music from a young sister here in Chicago. I believe Jasmine is early 20s. She's a baby. Seeing that. Okay, wait. All right. Once again, y'all, check out Creative Click Cocktails. This is a Southside-based company. They will mix your drinks and come and deliver them to you. And if you reach out to them and say you're a friend of mine, I believe you can get 3 of those for $25. Don't quote me on that, but reach out and say that. I love y'all. Tomorrow night, right? Tune in tomorrow, same time, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. But when you tune in, I need you all to have a drink ready. And I also need you to wear something very comfortable, maybe a little naughty and nasty if you want, because Cookie Daniels is coming on the show to teach us the proper way to throw that ass in a circle. I don't know about you all. Typically, I throw my ass in squares, but I'm ready to circle around in this bitch with my ass. And we're going to do that. We're going to learn how to twerk tomorrow night with Cookie Daniels. We also have Creative Click Cocktails will be on and teaching us how to make a drink. And then finally, my friend Sean Riggs, who's an amazing, beautiful, sexy, gorgeous actor from Chicago living in LA right now, who's the star of the Have and the Have Nots Tyler Perry show. And he also has a new film, a superhero film called Lazarus that he's executive produced. And this is the next Black Panther. And this is a guy from the south side of Chicago that's created this movie. And we're going to talk to him. But definitely make sure y'all tune in to twerk, okay? Cookie, y'all, if you know Cookie, she's crazy. And ain't no telling what's going to be done when we get through. It's going to be pussy glitter everywhere. You feel me? With that being said, I love y'all. Make sure you write me. Let me know what you think about the show, the things I should do differently. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I appreciate you all sticking around. And if I could have a nightcap with anyone, it would be you. I hope y'all had a good time. Good night.